look who's here. The day players.
Three-quarters of the day
Three
players.
quarters of them.
Yeah, the other little
The other
one
one's
is running
roaming
around.
around.
Where's that little pipsqueak?
It's Brandon Barash, Eric Martsolf, Wally Kurth. So when I last time you had a show, are you doing a show this year too?
Yeah, we're going to do 5 tunes today for the fans. And we're going to do a full show at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood tomorrow at noon.
90-minute show. Yeah, we're not messing around.
Okay, who's the hardest to convince, like, what number to do? Who's the most difficult to, like, get on board?
Here's the beauty of it.
We're all pretty, yeah. I mean, I'm never, I mean, I suggest a lot just because I'm probably listening to Mosaic radio station more than anybody else. And I go, oh, that's a song. So I send out stuff to these guys, and I keep telling them, like, they need to send out suggestions because I feel like I'm always the one making suggestions. But I don't ever feel, one thing I think years ago I probably would have been more about, no, we got to do this song. I really don't have a real strong, I can go either way with songs for the most part. I feel like I want you guys to know that I can go either way. But I feel like we all sort of, you know, and we get a feel for
How
it.
do you decide who's going to take the lead in it? Because I know you do certain numbers.
Yeah, but we just kind of fall into it. I mean, so our first several rehearsals that we did, it was just a kind of rinse and repeat of each of us bringing different songs to each rehearsal and us trying them on, listening to it. And then, you know, Wally would start playing one of the songs on his guitar and we would just lyrically fall into parts most of the time. And it's pretty effortless.
It's kind of like the process from doing daytime for so many years. You just bounce, when you work with a scene partner, you bounce the lines. The script is there, but still you can massage it a little bit and make it conversational, and you bounce things off of each other. And I feel that that's what we kind of do in rehearsal with the music as well. Like, you want to take this line? Yeah, you want to take, maybe it sound good. It's never an argument. It's not an arduous process. We really, we also try to do songs that people can't believe that we chose them. It's like we're going to be singing, you know, Let It Go from Frozen today. I don't think anybody would have thought that that would be our song choice, but that's kind of fun to surprise people.
Do you have a favorite artist of today that you listen to? That's
Yeah.
not in the 80s?
I would say it's between, it's
yeah.
like a current artist. There are two, Ray LaMontagne and the Avett Brothers are my favorite.
Current artist today?
Yeah, not an 80s artist.
Definitely Barry Manilow, yeah. Is he not current?
Did you know that I saw the Avett Brothers down at the Beach Festival? I was like 3 feet from the stage. And I'd listen to them a lot before I got there, so I really did. And they were so good. I so enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I was standing on sand and watching them. It was great.
I think they're the best storytellers out there right now.
They're great. So on Days of Our Lives for a minute, you were so good in the John Aniston. When
My
Victor
mom
died,
called me. My
can
mom
we give
called
him
me and
props?
said, I don't know if you've seen this week's shows, but Wally's performances have been
So
beautiful.
good.
And she went on and on and on about it.
Let me go.
It was amazing. How was it playing those scenes?
What week was it that she was talking about? When John died?
When Victor dies, they find out Victor dies.
Oh, or was it that where I tell? Anyway, who cares?
36 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
This was 20 years ago. It was
John
Victor. Victor
Yeah.
dies, and then you find out Alex isn't your son.
Yeah, thank you. It was really great dramatic stuff. I mean, it was just, good stuff. I mean, and one thing Ron does, I don't think he misses beats. He allows, for me, I can say that some of the, plots may be a little bit unbelievable, but once he does it for a reason, and that's for those characters to have those dramatic moments that I feel like that I can really sink my teeth into, and I feel like he doesn't go over those. I mean, he allows those, and that's what he's writing for. So again, they're really juicy stuff. I mean, obviously, Uncle Victor dying, that's pretty obvious, but the fact that I lose my son, that was all really kind of something I wasn't guessing, wasn't surprised, and obviously telling him what's happening and feeling terrible about it at the same time, and him being devastated. So yeah, it was nice. It was
Did you
nice.
like how they honored John with the memorial?
Did, yeah. I thought John's memorial was great.
I'm so glad they did. Yeah, you were.
It was important. He was my grandfather. I think I've worked with John Aniston more than any other character since I've been on the show. And back in the day, that's all Brady wanted to do, was get his grandfather's approval through everything. So I spent a lot of time with that man, and we've talked a lot about him today. He's been gone, but he still comes up.
I still see him sitting in the living room
Yeah, there's not a day I walk through the hallway where I don't think about that man.
You know what's crazy is we found out that he had passed right as we were going on stage.
Last year,
Last
Day
day
of
of
Days.
Days.
That's when we found out that morning.
Yeah.
We all got texts that, by the way, John passed. It was so weird. I told Deidre. She hadn't found out. I looked at her, I'm like, did you hear about John? And she went, what are you talking about? She just started, it's too real. But
Yeah, I just remember always coming to the set when I would be at Days, and he was so kind to me. I had a really good relationship. I had a fun relationship with him. You know, he'd given me his number. He was he was comfortable with me.
you got his number?
Yeah, he actually said, "Here's my phone number."
Man, you tried to get his number for like
Really?
15 years.
Yeah, I've been trying for long.
You just don't know the secret side.
I've been trying to play pickleball with John for like years, and you get his number.
So, Brandon, you have a new child.
I do.
Congratulations. How is it being a
magic.
dad again?
It's magic. It's the coolest thing I'll ever do. It's I don't care what role I play, you know, from here to the rest of my life. It's the best job I'm ever gonna have is being a dad.
And do you see any traits in this baby yet?
His chin, yeah, his chin is my chin. No, but it traits like he's
How about his reproductive
his
organs?
chest is just hair everywhere.
Wow, that's early.
He's got a piercing gaze. He started making eye contact now. He was 5 weeks old yesterday. And he started making eye contact, and he just looks into you, and it's beautiful. Sometimes I feel like it's my dad looking at me, which is really weird. Like two very similar looks. So yeah, he's got a very piercing gaze.
And what's Stefan's end game right now? What is he wanting to have happen since it keeps changing?
What does Stefan want right now? Let's see. I got to be
Gotta
careful
think where you are 6 months.
Yeah, no spoilers. What does he
Something
want?
good
Look,
happen?
he wants to be happy with Gabby. That's what he wants.
Right.
He wants the company, and he wants to be happy with Gabby. But it's daytime television, and we all know that neither of those things are ever going to happen. So in the meantime, I grew a mustache. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then you got major. Well, now you have Tate.
You were correct.
Now you have a SORAS'd son.
I have major
You have a
problems.
SORAS'd
But what about the
son.
show?
I go home and I have two 17-year-old boys
You
that
have-
I deal with. And I go to work and now I got a 17-year-old boy that loves to pull fire alarms and create thousands of dollars in damage at his private school. And I also have a daughter that is just like Kristen DeMera and couldn't be more rebellious. So I'm full-on parent. Yeah, my shirt's been on a lot and I've been parenting.
Shirt's been on. How does this guy doing? Jamie.
Jamie's a great, great kid. He loves the work. We have a lot in common, and he's a musical theater guy. So he's a performer.
Oh, so they're doing show tunes.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing Camelot on the show. And no, he's a great kid. Great kid. He's doing a great job.
And did you think that Judy and you would get another chance to act together the way they put Bonnie back in his orbit? You know,
I was told though at the beginning, when they were going to kill off Adrian, they did mention that we would get back together. I was more stunned by the fact that I was going to be getting involved with Kayla, so I didn't really absorb that. But it didn't happen. Like, as soon as Kayla, left, that whole relationship, Bonnie showed up, and so I kind of knew what was happening.
kind of knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it still great working with her?
Oh, of course, Judy's the best.
Yeah.
Just hilarious.
All right. Well, I have to let the day players go because they've got some primetime things to do. Right? Okay. Eric Martsolf, Brandon, they're warming up their vocal cords. Wally. Watch them weekdays on Days of Our Lives, streaming on Peacock. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We love you, buddy.